Really cool new independent theme from the Lego group, Lego Dreamzzz. This set will be releasing in August this year and is going to be accompanied by a Lego TV show, a series which will be coming out, I think, on the 15th of May, streaming online on multiple platforms, including on the Lego website. Yeah, so this is the main poster showing some of the main characters in the story, namely Matteo, the main protagonist here, and Izzy, along with, I think, some of their friends, Cooper, Logan, and some other characters in the background here, including the Nightmare King being the main big bad. So yeah, a really interesting concept. I think that's going to be really popular with sort of primary school age children. I think sort of age 6 and upwards. Really interesting ideas. Really making me think of the creations that my son, especially who's 6, likes to get up to, combining sort of loads of my different sets, mixing up some of my minifigures to create new characters. Um, and there's a really interesting concept here with allowing the builders to partially create their sets up to about 80% build, and then allowing you to decide and almost customize your builds into different options that are available. So yeah, I wanted to go through some of the sets with you and see kind of what you guys thought. So going back through to our characters, so we mentioned Matteo and Izzy seemingly being the two kind of main protagonists of this new series. And you can see some of their inspirations for their own, I think, sort of friends in the universe that they live in, with Zed Blob and this bunny creation. So we got Zoe as well, the mysterious one here, one of their maybe older teenage kind of friends that they meet up with in the dream world. Then alongside Cooper, Mr. Oz, their science teacher, rocking the awesome kind of old school classic space themed jumper here. Definitely a jumper I would wear if I had one of those. And Logan, one of the overconfident one. And then alongside them, two of the main big baddies, I suspect, the Nightmare King and the Night Hunter, along with their army in the background as well. So going through some of these sets with you, kind of in ascending price order. I mean, if you are interested in kind of looking at prices, it's all available on the Lego website and on the screen, as you can see. So the first set, 71454, Matteo and Zed Blob, the robot. Really interesting sort of idea, really interesting concept, reminding me a lot of Flubber, personally, watching that growing up. One of my favorite sort of childhood films, and some kind of reminiscence of Ben 10, kind of idea with the colours of the green and the white. Not that was something that I sort of watched personally, but I'm aware of the kind of the colour and the idea. Something maybe some of our younger kind of Lego fans might be into. And again, talking about the sort of customizability, plain sort of mech idea, and then you can see there's definitely differences in kind of the head aspect here with some kind of jetpack on the back. Along with sort of Matteo here with two really interesting sort of objects that you'll see again and again. I suspect this is kind of a pencil, mainly because he's more of a sort of scientific sort of creator, illustrator, drawer, artist type character. And this hourglass, along with this kind of hourglass logo, which you'll see sort of creep up repeatedly within the theme, with the characters who I think are dream agents, from sort of seeing the trailer for the new series that'll be coming out. Again, yeah, really cool, sort of basic mech idea. Moving on to the next set with 71453, Izzy and Bunchu. There we go, Bunchu, the bunny. Much more sort of, I think, anime, manga inspired. A really cool set of colours here with the vibrant sort of pinks, yellows, and the sort of more kind of simple, soothing kind of blues. And obviously her teddy bear that's being pinched by one of these baddies, these minions. Again, kind of customizable jetpack versus kind of roller skates. What do you need at the time when your kids are playing that story, when you're sort of telling that, playing that sort of story out, that idea out, allowing you to change up your build as you go. Next set being 40657 Dream Village. Really nice customizable set, I think, with this one. It should go kind of nicely with my one of my favorite sets themes being the Lego Elves. Um, Lovely sort of bright colors here. Cool sort of blacksmith, potion sort of shop and bakery. With I guess some of the nicer dreams here that we've got compared to some of the sort of the dream sorry the Nightmare King's kind of army. Um, and again, kind of talking about that customizable aspect, combining it into a single building versus the three separate ones. Um, really nice colors, as I said. Really interesting pieces. And here we go, one of the baddies coming up now. Set number 71455. Grimm's Keeper, the cage monster, slightly reminiscent of this Bunchu character with a slightly psychedelic evil bunny look, I think, with a mohawk on the back, but really cool colors. You know, that vibrant pink versus the dark black grey clash of colors. Really, really cool. And again, Zblog being changed into different sort of, I don't know, mobiles, different, yeah, flying objects. An interesting one I think I hadn't noticed before was the color of Mateo's kind of birthmark, I suspect, of some kind, changing from the other set to this kind of more green color. Yeah, really cool. You'll see a couple of other changes that sort of seem to prop up with Mateo and some of the characters as we go. The utility belt I don't think was something that we saw in the other sets, and you'll see later on that there's a couple of other accessories that kind of seem to come on with them as well. Really cool idea, I think, this one. Set number 71456. That's maybe just because I like VW camper vans. But yeah, so this is Mrs. Castillo's turtle van. And if you look at it as from an adult perspective, well, camper van plus Tortuga's dream craft shop, the logical thing, Tortuga is a turtle, so a turtle van. But a really funny idea, I think, with this one. You know, having to chase the chili. I think that's really cool. But a couple of different ideas for this one. You know, do you want to make it your sort of standing walking turtle bus, turtle van, or actually is it going to be a flying turtle van? Well, obviously it's got to be flying, hasn't it? It's got to be that way. Moving on to 71457, Pegasus's Flying Horse. Now, to me, this is, I think, the standout set. I just really like the look of the Pegasus along with the Nightmare King riding on his back. I just really love the idea of kind of these wings, again, which are very reminiscent of the Lego Elves dragons. I think the colours, you know, the pink and the black, I think are just really, really cool. And again, combining some other ideas there with, you know, oh, I hadn't even noticed that's purple bow and arrow here for our Izzy character. Really nice ideas. You know, is it you can take the wings on or off? Yeah, I really like this one. Next set, moving on, the crocodile car 71458. Yeah, logical thing, you know, combining a crocodile and a car into a crocodile car. To me, this is probably one of the ones I don't quite like as much. I think the minifigs, though, are awesome. Having the Nightmare Hunter, I think, is a really nice set. I think that's a sort of scarf element here. And the very much Squid Games outfit, I think, here. Really, really cool sort of dream agent set with, again, the utility belt accessory, kind of almost the Iron Man helmet here, and that cool icon, hourglass icon here. Yeah, fun looking sort of set, but yeah, as I said, to me, not one of the ones I would particularly be interested in. Stable of Dream Creatures being the next set. 71459. Now, to me, this is actually a really interesting set. I mean, I quite like sort of Lego sceneries. So to me, you know, the idea of a building is really, really interesting. Some really interesting use of pieces here with the kind of the leaves and flower elements. But a couple of new shapes, I think, with some of these fins that we've got on the wheel here, and some of these leaf elements that kind of remind me almost of the old insect, kind of astro-based insect themes from the kind of the 80s and 90s. And here, again, that customizable aspect with this kind of dream reindeer character thing, with some of these coral reef pieces versus, you know, the bright kind of flowers. I think this is really cool. I like the idea of this creature here. To me, that's another sort of standout of the sets. Yeah, really nice set. moving on to next, we've got Mr. Oz's Space Bus. Now, from looking at the trailer, I think Mr. Oz ends up being their science teacher at school, but is the experienced one, isn't he? The one who's been maybe a dream agent for some time. I think this is probably something that a lot of us maybe remember from the Magic Bus kind of idea of this school bus that transforms into different things. But yeah, I think very, very cool. This kind of front sort of gun, almost a little bit Guardians of the Galaxy type esque. Slightly funky looking armor for the Mr. Oz here. And as I said, you can see with Mateo now, there's a further evolution, it seems, with a cape, as he maybe becomes more sort of fantastical, more creative as time goes. But I think what's particularly cool with this set is the different kind of characters that we've got in this kind of the baddies, but also some of the goodies being quite variable. So I'm guessing this is Zed Blob here. So he seems to have evolved into more of a living creature with arms, legs, and maybe some kind of handbag, or is that just goop on his head? A kind of a space chimp. And then the five kind of baddies from the kind of castle theme to maybe more of the pirates theme. This seems to be more some kind of Victorian age theme, space theme here, and then this being some kind of fantasy. Really cool headpiece here, which looks like a kind of a flame. Maybe even Monkey King-esque, actually, looking at it with the bull horns and the wings, actually, or maybe even some like the Ninjago ones. That it's just, I think, is it the crystal ones, which yeah, I haven't seen much, but the sets are pretty cool looking. And then moving on to some of our last two sets, the Fantastical Treehouse 71461. I think from the story, this is their kind of go-to place, their safe zone, if you will, in the dream land. But again, some really cool customizable aspects. But we've seen a lot of kind of tree houses recently with Lego, but I think this is quite a nice set with the basic treehouse, and then you kind of evolve it as more characters get in the story, adding their individual rooms, and kind of again moving back to that poster, the idea I think that they move to different worlds, different themes, going through doors, which is almost a bit like Mario 64 back in the day on the Nintendo 64. Again, God, I hope I'm not showing my age too much by talking about this. But you can see again this kind of changes to the characters seem to be building more of a sort of an armor on their printing and accessories with our hippie granny here. And again, the Nightmare Hunter. And freakishly awesome looking face print there on the little creature here. Then moving on to our last set, which is the Nightmare Shark Ship. Obviously, the Nightmare Kings kind of set, which is set number 71469. Again, I think really cool kind of colors, basic idea, but a lot more customizing, I think, on this one. Lego seems to be showing three different options on this one, from your basic kind of, well, shark ship, I guess, moving on to your flying shark ship with the kind of the jets on the side and this weird looking kind of cyclops eye here. And then the other option being the obviously the 4x4 shark ship, which everyone needs when there's traffic around, with these awesome massive blasters on the side. So yeah, a lot of customizability in this series, it seems. Really interesting. I think definitely want to kind of keep an eye on over the next few months. Also with the series coming out in the next couple of weeks, as I said, which I think is streaming on the common streaming platforms alongside YouTube, and I think the Lego channel may be, sorry, the Lego website may be streaming it as well. Definitely want to look out for. I definitely am going to be keeping an eye on this. Remember, guys, if you found this useful, let me know, and like, comment, and subscribe. That would be really helpful to help me, grow the channel and kind of find out a little bit more about what you guys would like me to talk about and show. Thanks for your time.